There's been wide condemnation of a rally in Trafalgar Square at the weekend, during which NHS nurses and doctors were compared to Nazis. The Royal College of Nursing said it could put nursing staff at risk, and the Mayor described the comments as appalling. Thousands of people attended Saturday's event. Some expressed anti-vaccination views, while others questioned remaining restrictions and the use of vaccine passports. Well, let's talk to the BBC specialist disinformation and social media reporter, Marianna Spring. First of all, can you explain about the protest, and particularly this former nurse who's made these comments?
Yes, so these protests started over a year ago in opposition to lockdowns. Now they've become about opposing vaccines, vaccine passports and other restrictions. But they've become increasingly muddled with very extreme online conspiracy theories about nefarious plots and the idea that the vaccine is part of some plan to cause deliberate harm to people. And that's a real worry. You see that on social media, on platforms like Telegram. Telegram's a bit like a mixture between WhatsApp and Facebook. But you also see it on offline as well, at these rallies, and promoted by speakers like Kate Shemirani, who's the former nurse who's attracted so much criticism over the past 24 hours. These protests have also become increasingly aggressive, both online and offline, with discussion of Nuremberg trials and executions, the suggestion that protesters want to target those who they see are as complicit in these baseless, nefarious agendas, whether that's medics, journalists or politicians. That's what Kate Shemirani was referring to when she spoke at this rally. She's a former nurse. She was struck off by nursing bodies earlier this year and had previously been suspended after growing a big online following promoting falsehoods about COVID and also about the vaccine. And I actually spoke to her son last year because he was so worried about her impact on public health, on their relationship, and now he's spoken out again today because he's so frightened about the actions that her comments on Saturday could inspire.
If there aren't existing laws in place that say that what she's doing is illegal, then we should be having a national conversation about what laws we should be bringing in and drafting up legislation for that, because it's only a matter of time before, as Marianna just discussed, somebody acts on the bad advice that she's giving the country.
Tell us a bit more about why he is speaking out and where you see this movement sort of heading.
He's really worried about the impact of his mum's words, and that it just takes one person who attends these rallies to be inspired or to believe these comments and to go on and do something really awful. I've spoken to a number of frontline doctors and nurses who are really increasingly concerned about the abuse they're receiving on social media and offline, and this rally has made them feel really frightened. In terms of the future of the movement, experts are warning about the increased radicalisation to violence that we're seeing and how this movement is being co-opted by extreme actors. People are not only turning to other conspiracy theories, but they're also turning to these violent threats and suggestions of actually attacking people. And the real worry is, when this spills into the real world, what happens next?
OK, Marianna, thanks very much indeed.